Okay, welcome back to part 2 of our Civil War rewatch. I am Kalen, and I'm joined, as always, with James Kramer. Hello, James.
Freight train.
Freight train.
One.
Nine. Benign.
9. The 9. Oh.
Okay. So we left off with talking about, were the Avengers... Was it warranted that they had to call in the United Nations to come up with this Sokovia Accords?
Red Hulk.
Red Hulk?
I just wanted him to turn into Red Hulk.
Who?
And isn't that who he turns into? Ross?
No, he turned in... Was that Ross? No, that was... Are you thinking about Abomination?
No. He
Maybe...
created Abomination. Didn't he create Abomination?
Yeah, it was Tim Roth's character.
Yeah, but wasn't Ross in charge of that whole process?
Yeah, so maybe he should have been...
So how the fuck is he Secretary of State?
Is it a Trump presidency?
Oh,
we haven't seen
the... Yeah, how the hell is he in a position of power?
I don't know. He totally... Like, the last we saw of this guy, wasn't he, like, sulking in a bar, and then Tony Stark shows up, and he's like, hey, I want to help your problem, because we're building a team.
Yeah.
Oh,
we know you created a monster named Abomination
who attacked the city of New York.
Yeah, and Hulk saved you, but he looks a little different now. Hulk does, but yeah,
it's the radiation.
It's got to be.
I mean,
got to be. They should have just gone with that through all the movies. Mark Ruffalo for one, then bring in like Nick Cage for one or something. No, I'm Hulk. Anyway, I digress. That would have been so good. The radiation's really doing a number on my face.
Jeez. But he had, like, good radiation because he got hotter. Like, he goes from Eric Bana to Edward Norton to Mark Ruffalo. It's like, you know, yay.
Really? See, my wife loves Mark Ruffalo, too.
He's a great guy.
I guess he's just the everyman. I don't know.
A little bit.
Yeah. Anyway, so we're talking about good and bad with Civil War, and, you know...
Okay, what's your last
seen it all.
Talking point here?
I don't know. I know my last talking point before it got cut off.
How is everyone on Earth not worshippers of Norse mythology?
Okay, Thor's a thing, right? In this world of the MCU?
Thor is a thing.
How is everyone not just going, okay.
Like, praying to
Christianity's bullshit.
I mean, I would think that, I mean, if a god appeared before me in the fashion of Loki or Thor or any of the other ones, I'd be like, okay, maybe we were wrong.
Yeah.
You know, that
right?
It would make people...
No one wants to talk about it, though, because you can't touch Christianity. But, no, I mean, seriously, like, if Thor shows up, I'm just like, cool.
I'll be like, okay.
Odin is real, and I now worship you.
I will be setting up shrines in my closet.
Yeah, absolutely. So...
Okay, so some of the more not-so-great things about Civil War. There was the whole...
story.
It's very convoluted, I feel, especially Zemo's whole bit
rationale where he's listening to the voicemail from his wife.
It's like, okay, yeah, your family died. That sucks. Like,
but wasn't he in the house whenever the shockwave came through? Didn't he say, like, his son said, "Look, I can see Captain America out the window"?
They were, like, in the car. Like, I think he was taking them to his dad's house that was like miles away from the city. But I don't know where he was at the time where he survived that.
Yeah, some of that's iffy, man.
Like how Captain America just knew the Civil War killed Tony's parents.
Oh, I know how.
Or did I say Civil War? The Winter Soldier.
Yeah, I know
that was my bad. Okay.
I know how we've discussed this.
Yeah, it's just...
Steve rolled over at 3 o'clock in the morning.
No.
And said, Bucky, do you need to tell me something?
They
kissed. And then Bucky unloaded his soul to him. And then they snuggled and spooned for the rest of the night.
While the Winter Soldier just slept and Steve just lay there eyes wide like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I mean, we all know they're boyfriends, so nothing wrong with that.
No, I don't...
their own.
No. Sam and Steve. Sam and Steve.
Oh my god.
Shipping wars. There are just little things in the movie where I'm like, what? And there really is a lot about it that is so similar to BVS, yet people still...
There's a lot that's similar. That, the your mother's name is Sarah, you used to put newspaper in your shoes thing, and then he's like, okay. And he goes,
we're immediately friends again.
Yeah,
I trust
that's
you.
not something the other Bucky would know. And then Sam goes,
really?
Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
I mean, would it have been okay if Lois Lane looked at Batman and after Batman like threw the spear away and she goes, "Seriously?"
She's like, "That was it." Like,
Yeah.
I would have been okay if that happened in the movie.
You know, I mean,
I feel like that would have been a very Lois Lane thing to do.
like it's the same damn thing.
Pretty much.
The two movies, you have to compare them because they came out around the same time, same year, and they get compared all the time by people.
Oh yeah.
And the thing is that they both are so full of errors. I mean, yes, I said it, and I know that we have a mutual friend, Cody. If he decides to listen to this,
We love you,
he'll go,
Cody
"What?"
Garnett. And we actually did, just to squeeze this in, we actually did say earlier that if Cody Garnett was a superhero, it would be Ant-Man.
Oh, absolutely.
It would be Scott Lang as Ant-Man.
Absolutely. I know you too. Oh, you're cool.
Yeah, I'd be like, "Sup, man? How you doing?
Yeah.
Gotta check out this vinyl. It's pretty solid."
But yeah, I mean, the theatrical release...
Sorry.
The theatrical release... That's funny. The theatrical release of BVS and the theatrical release of Civil War have to be compared. They will always be compared.
Right.
No matter what. And I can argue until I'm purple in the face on why BVS is a good movie. And I can argue until I'm purple in the face on why I think Civil War is not as good of a movie as it gets credit for. Or that people give it credit for.
Cough. Rotten Tomatoes.
Yeah.
Cough.
Oh. But I think that there are certain things like the plot holes, like how does Cap know?
Uh-huh.
You know, fortunately Tony came along and followed them.
Yeah.
You know, to confront Zemo.
Well, because he found out that that Cap wasn't entirely lying. That somebody else was behind.
Yeah, but there's no way that Zemo would have known that. I mean, do you think that...
No, he wouldn't have known that.
Right. Do you think that just because they found the body and the disguise that he would have somehow known that Tony Stark would have said, "Oh, I got to go hunt down Cap and help him now"?
Yeah, and what were the... I mean, there might have been a chance that they couldn't follow Zemo. Like, they had no idea where he went.
Yeah.
Well, no, that's not true, because the Winter Soldier was there, so he had memory of the location. But did he... Yeah, because they knew that he was after the other Winter Soldiers. And even that alone was just kind of a waste.
Well, Zemo entirely is a waste. It's just... It should have just been about the Sokovia stuff and called it a day. And just made it a movie, you know, where they fight about the principality of the matter.
Yeah, I think if they cut off if they just got rid of the whole Zemo thing completely, they could have spent more time really going into the philosophy of the Civil War.
Yeah, absolutely. Because, I mean, Captain America at the beginning, you know, whenever they're around the table, whenever Ross comes in, he's like, it's about freedom of choice.
Yeah.
Or whatever. And, you know, that's when Widow sides with Stark, you know, at the beginning. And it would have been an interesting fight between being controlled with the Tony Stark side of things or the freedom to act as you choose with the Captain America side of things, which is what the comic is all about.
Yeah, and they even, during the Secret War event, they even took the Civil War and made a sequel to it, where the whole country was split in half. You remember reading that, right?
Yeah.
There was the blue and there was the iron.
They met in the middle, and Spidey was old.
Yeah, and they took it to an even larger scale of what the world would be like if the Civil War continued.
And also, is the audience okay with Tony Stark recruiting a 16-year-old to go fight in a life-or-death situation?
But it's Spider-Man.
Yeah, but Bruh.
I know.
Upgrade.
It is upgrade. Yeah, I know. It's a little bit... But that's the other thing that kills me is, like, how did he know that Peter Parker was Spider-Man? All he had to go off of was some crappy
YouTube
internet
video
videos.
or something?
Yeah. There was nothing else that said, like, oh, I figured out because of this. It was just, hey, I found these videos, and here I am.
It's because he's there to bone Aunt May.
Apparently. I mean, Pepper, her contract ran out, so he needs a new lover.
Yeah, and
I wonder if he's gonna bang Gamora like he did in the comics.
Oh, that'd be weird.
bit.
Especially after the preview for Guardians of the Galaxy 2.
Mm-hmm. Civil War 2. Captain America versus Peter Quill.
Oh my god.
Or Iron Man versus Peter Quill. Oh, I can't keep it straight. So many characters. But now that you brought it up, let's discuss Spider-Man for the last however many minutes we have. Like 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Okay, so this incarnation of Spider-Man, what'd you think?
I'm fine with it. but okay. I'm okay with it. And my biggest fear, knowing what we know moving forward with the 3 movies that are coming out, is that it's all high school Spider-Man. Mm-hmm. And I don't give a shit about high school. I graduated so many years ago. Well, it's almost like Disney and Marvel are specifically catering to younger audiences.
It's like the tobacco industry. You got to get them while they're young.
Something, man. It's disheartening for me because we've seen... Like, I really enjoyed the first Garfield movie, the first Andrew Garfield movie.
I actually, honestly, judge me, I don't care, but I enjoyed both of them.
Well, see, I didn't like the second one with Jamie Foxx as Electro or whatever his name was.
I liked him after he became Electro.
Yeah, I didn't... Whatever. Anyway, the first one I enjoyed. I liked the first 2 Tobey Maguire movies. The third one with Venom and the dude from that 70s show as
Topher Grace.
Yeah, Topher Grace as Venom. Don't care. Like, I could care less.
I mean, it was going okay until he started doing the weird emo dance. Or, like, he was, like, dancing in the street.
Down. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, and when it hit that point, I was like, there's no coming back from this.
No, this franchise is officially over. But I think that this kid is... I think it's going to be good for the guest shots in Avengers movies. But I'm personally not really looking forward to the Spider-Man movies.
I kind of am.
Yeah.
Is that weird?
No.
I don't know. It's just,
no.
I really like to see Michael Keaton as a, like, full-on villain.
Well, it's like the meme. How do you make Spider-Man Homecoming cool?
You add Batman.
You had Batman. Yeah.
But it's so... Okay, am I the one who thinks it's like some kind of bizarre Pokemon evolution that we go from Batman to Birdman to Vulture?
Yeah. He's definitely typecast for the rest of his life, right?
Pretty much.
I'm sure that he'll kill him in the movie, so it'll be a one and done for Michael Keaton.
Right.
And then we'll get some other ambiguous, obscure villain for Peter Parker to fight.
I would like to see them do Doc Ock again.
Well, you can't beat Alfred Molina as Ock, but...
It's true, you can't.
Yeah, I mean, you've
or at least try to redeem Venom.
Which would be interesting because, Lin-Manuel Miranda, going back to, the Hamilton reference, earlier in the week...
Well, he said he wanted to play Carnage.
Carnage. Which would be such a cool story to tell if you put Eddie Brock in jail and he's already had Venom, already had the symbiote, and then you do that whole origin story.
But you'd have
for
to
Carnage.
show that.
Yeah, well, you wouldn't have to show him in jail.
You have to show the Venom thing first.
Would you though? It's Marvel.
Probably.
It's MCU. They don't show anything first unless it's an origin story.
Well, I mean, a villain origin story.
Which they don't... I mean, all you gotta do is show, like, a little black thing floating through the air going into a prison.
After Brock.
And then a little piece falls off and lands on...
But then a lot of people won't understand that Eddie Brock was...
But it'll still get a 99% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Well, yeah.
No, but I think it'll be good. I mean... It's going to be an interesting ride, to say the least.
Like I said, I like Spider-Man. Like, I like him... But I just don't like the execution of him.
Yeah.
I don't like the Peter Parker character. Every time I see him, I feel that he's always like this, like, mopey teenager. Like, even when he's in college, I just got that mopey vibe. It's like, you're Spider-Man! Shut up!
Well, the mask he puts on is his own face. He's himself whenever he puts the suit on.
Oh, yeah, because, you know, when the suit's off, he's like this meek little kid. But when he puts on the mask...
He's got all the confidence in the world.
Yeah.
And...
Which I think that's why Superior Spider-Man is my favorite Spider-Man. Because
which isn't Peter Parker.
I know, and that's why I like it.
God bless. And see, I prefer Miles Morales because it's not Peter Parker.
I mean, Miles Morales is pretty cool, too.
So, Spider-Man Homecoming starring Peter Parker, a Miles Morales story.
I mean, it really is.
Yeah. I mean, we can get into that later, but that totally is.
Yeah, basically.
So the final point that I have to make is that it'll be interesting to see where they take Cap from here because he can't go back to America.
Yeah, I mean, it's a Marvel movie. It's not like there are actual stakes. I mean, they can easily just go back.
I mean, his whole team's in Wakanda now.
Well,
where does Cap go? Yeah, well, I mean, where does Cap go? Does he become the captain where he wears black and red or Nomad? Yeah. I don't know. It's going to be interesting to see where they take it. So,
well, if you're still interested in listening to our podcast, stay tuned for next week where we will be discussing current books that we are reading and the storylines and what we like about them and recommendations.
And hopefully Cody will be here.
Yeah, hopefully. It'd be nice to...
Our third member.
Yeah.
So,
well, thanks again for listening and staying tuned, and we will come back to you next week.
All right. See you guys.
Sayonara.
Bye.